Biggest part about that is they couldn't hear that. She has raspberry berry thin mints, and they sound delicious. And I forgot to unmute us. Welcome. I was gonna say welcome to Monday morning. Oh my god.
I know it's not. It feels weird that it's not Monday.
Oh my god. It doesn't matter even if it's a Monday. I'm gonna mess something up. But we got it here. We are good to go. We're gonna play some Gotham Knights and get heavier into well into the sort of owls slash the antagonist. I think you
The antagonist?
antagonist, yeah, whatever.
Sorry, I get those confused all the time, and I was like, did she get it confused like me?
I do, and usually I'm pretty good about it. Like if I'm talking about comics,
That's all right. I'm barely awake.
right? I haven't done anything besides like try to level up and that's it. Like,
How's Chameleon?
I hated her so much. Like, I was that 4-year-old pouting when she first came out, and I played her, and I was like cross-armed, like, why did they put her on a timer? And I was trying her with Melina Sana, and I switched over to Smoke, and I was like, oh my god, she's better than Jax. What is going on right now? I love her, and doesn't do quite as much damage, but she's better.
Yeah.
So I do really like her, and she's super cute, like her.
And then she starts out different every time you use her, and you can like switch her through by using your bar. I don't know. Docs was telling me about it, but he was like, yeah. I was messaging Tris like, oh, so you mean she's the best in the game because you hate her?
He was like, have you got to play Chameleon yet? And I was still mad, and I'm like, she sucks. She sucks. Like, that's always my first go-to thing. No, I am paying attention, Robert, I promise. I seen you say my audio was choppy, so I took some overlays off. Hopefully that helps. I took my background a little. Tell me if that helps. And OBS is pockets. And it's one extra thing, one extra little thing that I have. It starts it starts being even more choppy with my audio. Nope, still cuts off. Okay, we're just gonna go to one that I know I have one called Daylight. I know that one works, so I'm hoping this helps a little bit more. I usually do, but let me know, guys.
Oh, my chat was like backed. It wasn't like coming in. That's so weird. Okay.
It should be now.
Yeah, no, that was on me.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why my phone was being a dick.
See, this is the one I always have to switch to. And it's got like I've got Mortal Kombat alert, so it'll say like whippy.
I gotcha.
And it's got my Mortal Kombat background. It's the one I always have to switch to because I happen with Hooded, like I had him on for, and I made a zombie preset, and I'm like, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna have like friggin' zombified. It's gonna be awesome. And he sounded like a literal zombie. It made him sound so distorted.
Yeah, that was weird. That was weird. I remember that. And you're like, screw it. I'm just gonna change over.
Mortal Kombat 1 always works, so I guess it's just how the theme's gonna be from now on. It's always gonna be a little fiery, a little dragony.
So can you check your like your I don't know, maybe it's like your preset settings in the Mortal Kombat and kind of recreate what the Mortal Kombat one like in
It
its foundation is
That would be
and
really
then go
smart
from
if I
there?
remembered to do that.
I don't know any of this stuff. You're very smart comparatively, so
Well,
I don't know any of that shit.
it's so hard, and I'm constantly looking up tutorials or how to or anything like that on how to fix it. But Bianca and I recorded yesterday, and I had to use OBS to record because I don't have the premium version of StreamYard.
Yeah.
And I was starting to edit it this morning, and I noticed a couple times that it was clipping me out. So I'm gonna have to recreate it and try to get it to function a little bit better because
Yeah.
it looks a lot better when I use OBS. It's just so much more inconvenient for me. So I'm like, StreamYard is the way to go. Usually.
Yeah.
Usually.
It's pretty easy.
But we reviewed a couple comics, Shungward Murphy one, and then an anthology. They were really freaking
Nice.
good.
Nice.
Robert says, "Oh, by the way, Bethesda's Indiana Jones game is finally going to get a reveal trailer today." Oh, that's cool.
Yawn. Shut up. No one's interested. I'm sorry.
Yeah, totally awesome. I'm glad you're looking forward to that.
I
I
Rob,
don't
you're
care.
much better with the games than me. Indiana Jones, not my thing. Again, I've only ever seen Crystal Skull, and I liked it. Everybody hated it, but I'm not an Indiana Jones
I
person.
am. I know when I was younger, I seen one of them, like the one with the blonde girl and the little Asian boy. That's the one I know I've seen. That could describe them all. It could. I have no idea.
It
But
literally could.
yeah, but I don't remember anything about it. I agree with Gary. I like Tomb Raider better personally.
I didn't see the movie. Didn't even play the games that much.
Wait. You didn't see
Um,
the Angelina Jolie one?
I mean, it used to play a lot on TBS, so I'd wake up to it, like, because we'd keep our TV on all
Right.
night. And I was kind of forced into watching it, but I've never actively been like, this is so interesting. It's not my thing.
I loved I don't even know. It was what got me into Tomb Raider, but I like Angelina Jolie was one of my very first like girl crushes. I thought she was so cool. Like, what was that movie she was in? Where it was about mental health.
Oh, I Girl Interrupted.
Grill Interrupted. I thought that was like the coolest thing when I was like 8. I don't know why, but now looking back, I'm like, was it? It probably
I
wasn't.
think I think it was Brittany Murphy for me. She was probably
Oh,
my
that was so
very first like
tragic.
Clueless. Like I adored
Mm,
her in everything. Sin City, she was great in Sin City. Like, yeah, tragic. I know. I still am sad that she's not
I
like
know
on
she
this
was
plane.
great. I loved her in Clueless. Clueless is like a timeless fucking movie. It's
Well,
so
because I
good.
was like the goofy person. Like I related to that movie and her role in it. Like moving, from like Virginia to, where we moved to, it was like all the cool girls were like way cooler than me. So like I very much related to her character and I just like instantly fell in love with her.
I love her. She was so great. I got two from Punk that I want to read here. Punk, thank you so much and good morning. Hi, Tristan and Saxy. When trying out a game, should I buy a physical or digital version of it? Oh my gosh. So, if you're good at keeping your disc up, which I know sometimes people aren't, I always suggest physical media. What about you?
I agree. I agree because there are now games that you can't even get anymore
Yes.
digitally. And like Deadpool, like for a long time, you couldn't get the Deadpool game. So I felt so cool having the physical copy. Also, God forbid, like everything just shuts down, you'll have your physicals. There's a lot of discourse on it, and I'm sure you can find all sorts of different answers to it. But I like physical copies.
I do too. And the thing is like, um, I ran into the problem where like you'd need the physical in order to play it, even though you downloaded it on your hard drive, and I'd lose
Yeah.
it. That was the only problem because it's me and I'm a cluttery mess. But
Yeah.
other than that, like, for everything, get physical. Think about, like, you get commentary, you get extra special features on Blu-ray disc, you get so much more for your money
Yeah.
than you're gonna get with a digital version.
Yeah. The only thing about like so many systems right now are going that only
Yes.
digital way, so they don't even have players in them. And I've had to change a few of my Blu-ray players and lasers in my systems. So it is like when you're going physical, it's working harder, and when you're going digital, it's working smarter. But like in the long run, I prefer physical.
Like, in the and not even like just the idea of it. Some of you said about them going all digital. There you can, like, I think it's a little bit cheaper to get a PS5 or a Xbox One where
Yeah.
it's doesn't even have a disc drive. That's wild to me.
Yeah. I know. I when I was like I try to keep up with all that stuff, and like I remember looking through Best Buy or Walmart or something, and I was like, what is the difference? Why is the difference like a full hundred and something dollars?
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, cuz it like literally doesn't have the disc drive, but the disc drive helps you play Blu-rays, DVDs,
Mhm.
helps you play CDs maybe that you have sitting around, cuz I know
Exactly.
I do. you know.
Yeah,
So,
it's so
I like it.
to me it's worth it. It's worth it, but I hate that they're going that way. So anything physical, I say get. Also, Punk played Arkham City the last 2 days and loved it. Yes, we found a Batman
Nice.
game that you like. It's more fun to play
Nice.
than Arkham Asylum. Totally agree.
Oh yeah.
I got up to
Well,
where
there's
Bat
this.
saved Catwoman. Oh, I love that scene
That's a
with.
good part.
I know where it's Two Face and she's upside down. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, that's a good part. City is just worlds away from Arkham Asylum, but I loved Arkham Asylum when it came out. I remember like we were like staying over at Doc's aunt, and we were like, "Oh, what the heck is this?" And we just stumbled across Arkham Asylum, and we stayed up playing it, and we were just enthralled in it,
It's so
and bought it
fun.
like the next day.
It
Yeah, it
is,
was
and
great.
in like looking back, I still love it. I would say it was like probably the worst out of the four, but still,
Mm,
like, saying it's the worst out of the four still means it's a really good game. It's just the other games learned from that and they
yeah,
were able to add and execute things a little bit better. Like, and I still have a soft spot for Arkham Knight just because Jason Todd. Come on now, Jason Todd. How can you argue with
there
Jason
are
Todd?
I know. I would put Arkham Asylum higher than most people because it was the first of them, and because it like it started the whole thing. Arkham Knight I would put on the lower scale, but I know Docs is completely different in what I say, and like I think everybody is when it comes to the Arkham games. There's not like a set.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the list of the games, top to bottom. It's just not just like God of War, like
Yes.
and, there's just so many variations. I loved Assassin's Creed 3. Everybody hated that game, and I hated Black Flag, and everybody loved that game.
You hated Black Flag?
I hated it, and me and Dax's friend agree on that, whereas everybody else is like,
Yeah.
Black Flag was so amazing. I was like, it was tedious, it was bullshit. You do the same thing over and over again, like it was stupid.
That's
So
crazy. I've never heard anyone say that. Is funny though. That's your
it,
hot take. We were doing hot
that
takes
is my hot
yesterday.
take.
No, Mo, you are out of control. Mo, stop it. Now, now I want to know. I don't even know Luke Combs songs. Now I want to know. I don't want to know. I'll never look it up.
Don't. I'm
No.
pretty sure he was protested, right? Over near, right? Because he's the one that like made that song everybody was hating.
Oh, that is he. That person that made that song in a small town. You can't do that in a
I
small
think
town.
so, yes. I
Okay,
think so, yeah.
then I do
So
know
they
a
were
song.
protesting him over near us. in
I
like Hartford or something.
I always watch those, right? When they're like some sort of controversy, because I'm like, all right, cool, I'm promised controversy. Let me see it. And I didn't with that one. And then the more recent one, have you happened to see, this is so random, Little Nas X recent video?
When we got off the stream on Jackbox, I literally ran to Little Not because I actually love him. I'm sorry, I
I don't
actually
hate him.
love him. I love him, and he's a troll, and I don't even think he's ever trying to like have his audience adore him. And so I love him for that. But yes, and I love the video,
I
and I
just
love the song, and it was such a banger. And I was like sitting there outside, and Docs was like, "Oh my god, why are you listening to Little Nas X?"
if you read the lyrics, he's literally saying, I'm trying to make you outraged. And it's
Yeah.
working, motherfuckers. Like, he's telling you what he's doing, and you're falling for it. Hook,
So
line, and sinker.
I follow him on TikTok, and for about it was like right after the Cat Williams interview. So for like about a week, he was trolling everybody, saying, "Oh, I need protection because of this and because of that," and I'm just like, okay, when's your new video dropping?
Right.
Like we know that that's what's happening. Maybe not all your fans know that, but I know that. Like I know you're just trolling your audience, and then all of a sudden, I think it was Raymond or somebody said something in the chat on Jackbox. I was like, yes, I knew he's coming out of the video.
Oh my god. And it's so funny. Like, I'm kind of jealous though. When he was on the cross, his hair looked so good. Like,
Dude,
it
I
looked
love him.
amazing. Oh, you know that one song? Have you ever heard Panini? I think it's called.
Yeah, I don't love that song by him, but
Mm.
yes, I've heard it.
I love that song. Like, I can listen to that song every day. It's good.
I like Montero, and I like oh, what's the other one? I don't like the Horsetown Road one. I'm not a big fan of that one.
No, that's too
Um,
country.
yeah, it's dumb. And then he got Billy Ray Cyrus on it, and I checked out after that. And but Montero and the other one, I can't think of it, but the one where he lap dances on the devil is like one of my favorite songs.
Oh, I forget what that's called. But I
I
know
think
exactly
that
what
one
you're talking
too.
about.
Yes, I love that song.
Oh my
I,
god. He's
I
so
have
funny.
one.
And then
He is.
instantly, like, because when we were looking it up, it was like, reaction to Little Nas X, satanic man trying to come after your children and da da da. Like, just stop it.
Yeah,
You're doing too much.
yeah.
You're doing
They
way
want
too much.
everybody. They want everybody to hate him, and it's like, uh, I mean, I don't know. It's all very divisive. Like, ooh, is there a gay agenda and a trans agenda? And you're just like, can't we just live?
Like, just
Like,
exist.
can't we just live? And then I'm on the other side where I'm like, ooh, conspiracies. You know, the satanic. Like, so I'm all about like learning everything, even though it makes no sense.
I know. I'm the same way. Like, I love the conspiracies. I love the weird shit. But also at the same time, my logical brain takes over, and I'm like, there's no way there's Wendigos in South Africa. It's way too warm. Like it just doesn't make sense. Come on now. They would obviously be in the Arctic area. Like, come on.
I watched this. I watched this. His name's Aphrodite, and he does like tarot readings and stuff like that. And I love his tarot readings. And he does like celebrity stuff, and he also does like aliens and conspiracy theories, and like what was the Anunnaki, the civilization, the alien civilization that apparently like started here on Earth and stuff. And it's just fun to like watch that, like, and from somebody who's like pulling cards and like I read it this way, and like, you know, it's interesting, it's
That is
fun,
really cool.
it's entertainment. It's not like I'm not taking it seriously and like sitting up in bed like, oh my god, you know, I'm just, it's entertainment, it's fun. Like I love that type of shit.
I do too, because there is like there's hidden truths in some of it too. And then you like, you find stuff out later and it's like, whoa. Maybe all these conspiracies stemmed from something that's a little bit more logical, but I don't
Right.
believe in like reptilian people, but I definitely believe in aliens and stuff. Like,
Right. He did a vampire reading, and I loved it because he was like the start of it, the reading came, he was like, I don't think vampires exist. I think it came from like old like kind of like organ trade, like how
oh,
people like back in the
yeah.
day, we're
Oh,
probably like
yeah.
right, and it kind of makes sense.
It
You're like, oh, I can see
does.
that.
Like, somebody's got to
Oh,
come up with these ideas somewhere. There's got to be like an inspiration somewhere, and that totally makes sense.
exactly.
Okay, so what do you know about the Eric July recent situation? Because I know there's so much, but
I know nothing. I'm here to learn.
okay. So Eric July I mean, there's so much of the back insanity. He threatened me. He's copyright strike people. He's lied about people on stream. Like, this just dude is full Karen, right? Um, but not even like a normal Karen, like a super SJW Karen. But recently he was supposed to debate Ethan Van Sciver, and it was supposed to be. Are you familiar with Alex Stein at all?
No.
He's not funny. People think he's funny. He's like one of those comedian people think are funny because they say like they navigate to the lowest common denominator. Like he walked up to AOC and was like, "Hi, big booty Latina."
Oh my god.
Yeah, did you just cringe to death? Because I know I
I
did.
really, yeah,
Yeah,
I did. I shuddered. I literally shuddered.
like that's funny, I guess, to some people.
So
Like, because I
that's worse than low hanging fruit. That's like the
yes,
fruit that rotted and fell off the ground and fell onto the ground.
yeah, he's just I don't get it. I don't get it. He works for the Blaze, so he's like a right wing pundit too. So a lot of people maybe give him charity for that. I don't know, but he was gonna host it. Eric came out and canceled the debate. Now he led everyone initially to believe that Ethan had kind of worked behind the scenes to be a little mischievous about this, and he never agreed to debate. Well, Alex actually came out and said, let me see it, let me share this here so I can show you. Da, 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 da. We have Alex, and I think it's at 5. I made sure I had the timestamp. Coming out and saying that Eric was lying all along. Eric did agree to debate.
If you're changing your mind about coming on, you're welcome to appear today. If not, let us know if there's anything specific you'd like us to bring up that you haven't already discussed online. And then eventually he said, okay, I'll come on.
He eventually said, okay, I'll come on. Now he's telling everybody that is not true. And like, this has been drama for days. I think it's so funny because Ethan has monetized it to the nth degree, right? Like, he's most definitely like taking advantage of it, taking advantage of him going against Yellow Flash, going against everything. And I wonder at what point. So this is where my brain goes when it comes to a situation like this. At what point do his fans start seeing the kind of person he is?
Probably none.
Like,
honestly.
and
Like,
that's
to be
really
honest,
sad.
it'll take a lot. Yeah, it is. It is. Because some people just can gain that type of a following that will ride or die no matter what. They won't question anything.
Like,
Usually children.
yeah, okay, that's fair. That's fair. But like, this is so weird to me because I I have been watching, and I hate to admit this, but an odd amount of EVS because he's been covering this, and then sometimes I watch it through the Geek Getaway too. But
Yeah.
this whole thing is so weird to me because one thing that when YouTube got big with like nerdy news and anti SJWs and kind of the whole skeptic community, it was because there was a lot of journalists that weren't trusted and they thought the YouTubers had more integrity. They thought that they were telling them the truth and being honest. Once that,
That's what selling out is.
yeah,
Like selling out, it encompasses everything you go into. YouTube, Twitch, you can always find an avenue to sell out.
yeah, I guess that's fair. It's just wild to me that people are looking at this and justifying it every way possible. And like, the way I see it is if somebody is lying like this for something very simple, it makes me question all of their motives. Like it makes me, it maybe, I'm not saying like everything is nefarious, but what I mean is like maybe I'll side eye it a little bit, right? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
hey, was that really the truth, or was this person telling the truth? Like, at what point do these fans stop? And it's got to be affecting him. Like, it's got to be affecting him on a human standpoint, but he didn't sell out. He bought in. I mean, maybe.
I mean, that is a way to sell out.
Yeah.
That technically is, because if you buy into, I don't know, I won't get into it, but I feel like, and this stuff gets clicks. Like I was just going through a bunch of, especially your videos the other day, and it's like a lot of videos that get more views are the ones that, have it, the, ISOM, Eric
The
July, Yellow Flag, yeah, EVS, like, you could probably just say EVS across our stream and we could get a bunch of views for it and never talk about the guy.
Right. And it's
or
funny.
Yellow Flash or Eric July. Like just put all those names at the top and just see if we can clickbait that shit.
Well, the funny thing is people always claim they don't want drama. And it's completely untrue. Like,
yeah,
most of my content, I do gaming or comics. I don't cover drama, but maybe once or twice a week at the most. And even when I do, it's like a half an hour segment. But it is completely insane to me to go, I just want to, hear about the books, or I just want to play the game. But really, what you're telling me is you're only going to show up if I cover either, drama in the industry or drama in the YouTube sphere. Everybody loves to watch a train wreck, whether you want to admit it or not.
I'll admit it. I love the tea.
Give me that tea.
Like,
I'm not afraid
give
to say
it to
so.
me. Like, the amount of like tea channels and like drama stuff I watch is insane. Like, it's not affecting my real life. But like, I love it.
It makes for good entertainment, though. That's the thing.
It does. It does.
It's so weird, though.
I have no shame.
I've always admitted, like, of course, I am the first to admit that I will clickbait. I am the first to admit that I will do a little segment in the beginning about drama to bring in a couple extra viewers. But I know at the end of the day, that is not what I like to do. Like, I enjoy a little bit of drama, but mostly just what I'm into. Right? Like, you can only take so much.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked, I mean, again, with Eric July, hasn't it been like a thing for, let me say, like the last few months where just people keep coming out against the guy?
Like a year, it feels like.
And I'm sure it's only helping him. We haven't gotten to the point where people are like, okay, I'm not going to help the troll or I'm not going to help the bad guy. They're still going to click. They're still going to, they're still going to wait for that, thumbnail when he comes out and says, let me talk about this.
Yep. And then they're going to go and he's going to make a video addressing it and he's going to get the views too. It's just an endless, vicious, circle jerk. We could call it a circle jerk, I think.
It's a circle. Yeah, I think we can call it that.
Good morning, Black Phoenix. Thank you so much. He said, good morning, everyone. I'm late because I was practicing witchcraft. You weren't too late.
Cool.
You weren't too late. You're good. You're good. Robert said it still amazes me that Eric had every single advantage and yet was still thinks he was being ambushed, was being screwed over by this debate. Like he got a day in advance, whereas Ethan was actually ambushed with this debate, which I think is totally terrible to do to somebody. But not my platform.